Was captured in a joint operation between Mexican Marines and the U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency. He is the alleged head of the Sinaloa cartel. El Chapo is wanted in the U.S. on federal drug trafficking charges and last year was named public enemy #1 by the Chicago Crime Commission. Police caught up with him at a hotel in Mazatlan, Mexico. Guzman has eluded capture for years after escaping from a Mexican prison. Let's go to Nick Parker, who's in Mexico City. Nick, what can you tell us about the circumstances of this arrest?
Well, Frederica, as you say, a highly significant event with Chapo Guzman, perhaps the world's most notorious drugs lord. We're still hearing this from a source in the United States. Right here, the Mexican presidency is not commenting right at this stage. But as you say, he was captured overnight in the city of Mazatlan, which is an extremely famous beach resort in Mexico, popular with U.S. tourists. They just reopened cruise line tours to that city, which had been closed for a few years. It's situated in the state of Sinaloa, which is where, obviously, what his cartel was, where it was based and what it was named after. And I think perhaps the most interesting thing about the events that surround this capture is that he was captured in a hotel overnight in very ordinary circumstances with a companion, and it sounds like at this stage captured fairly easily. A lot of the background to Chapo Guzman was that many people believed he was hiding away in the mountains and he was surrounded by a small personal army and would never be taken alive. And to have him captured like this really reveals the fact that in some ways, at least during this capture, which it sounds like it was something like 4 or 5 weeks in the works, he was very much hiding in plain sight. Frederica.
And so now what? I mean, this cooperation between Mexican and U.S. authorities, does that mean that he would be prosecuted in Mexico because he was captured there, or because this was a joint operation, might he be prosecuted in the U.S.?
Well, certainly he's wanted in both countries. What happened previously when the leader of Los Zetas was captured just a few months ago, he was captured and is going to be prosecuted in Mexico first. And at the stage when we were reporting on it, they had not received any extradition requests from the United States. So one would assume that the United States, in this kind of cooperation that we've seen, take place during this arrest, would agree perhaps to let El Chapo Guzman be prosecuted first here in Mexico. But certainly he had a bounty on his head and was public enemy #1 in Chicago. So he certainly has